Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel of Bethel Evangelical Free Church Hanley. I'm Pastor Gervais Charney. This is another video in the series on churches in the Shropshire Hills. This is the Church of St Thomas, Halford. Now, Halford is the parish for Craven Arms. Craven Arms is a little market town that grew up on what's now the A49, the road between Shrewsbury and Ludlow, and then of course onto Leominster. And there's a coaching in there called the Craven Arms, now derelict sadly, and the town grew up around that. So there's no old church in the town because the town is quite modern. There's a little parish, little chapel of ease rather, but this is the parish church. And it's 12th century originally, been altered over the years, over the centuries, most notably in 1887 when there's a complete renovation. The chancel is pulled down and replaced with the current chancel, new roof, new seating, all that kind of thing. So we'll have a look around and point out some of the salient features. As usual, of course, start at the West End because that's where you start in an Anglican church, usually. And here we have the font, lovely Norman tub. Do like Norman tubs. You've got your various memorials. You've got here a window of Christ, the Good Shepherd, my sheep hear my voice. This is a memorial to the Reverend E.H.G. de Castro, 17 years vicar of this parish, and it is erected by members of the Halford Working Party, the people who maintain the building. You've got a little war memorial here. Near this place lieth the body of Thomas Jones, late solicitor of Bishop's Castle, who departed this life 25th of April 1828, aged 57 years. Now over here there's a photograph of the church before the Victorian restoration. Simple building, rendered and whitewashed. And here we have a memorial to Regimental Sergeant Major William George Biggs, MS, MRE, born 16th of March 1878, died 31st of October 1918, Salonika. Erected by his comrades, the officers and NCOs and men of the 32nd Railway Operating Company, Royal Engineers. His life, his country, his soul to guard. Railways, of course, very important. An important part of this part of the world. There's still a railway runs through Craven Arms. And, of course, any kind of transport, you need something to do it with. So we have here a Railway Operating Company, Royal Engineers. The chancel arch is probably Victorian by the look of it. And simple windows. It's St Thomas, Halford. It's dedicated to St Thomas the Apostle. We can tell that from the iconography there, as opposed to St Thomas of Canterbury, of course, Thomas Becket, or the other alternative would be St Thomas Cantilupe, who is a medieval bishop of Hereford and went Hereford diocese. The pulpit is interesting. It's these three brass uprights linked together at the top with a rail. I haven't seen anything else quite like it. As I say, the chancel is completely Victorian. You'll notice the difference. Got this triple lancet rather than that earlier big arched window. This whole thing, they say, took it all down, didn't they? East window is 20th century. You've got a chap in the middle. Is that Thomas Cantilupe, I wonder? Certainly he's a massing priest, isn't he? I mean, he's a bishop. I suspect Thomas Cantilupe. And then we've got the, again, 20th century altar with Lamb of God in the middle and two angels. Sedilia and Piscina, all 19th century, because this whole area is 19th century. And of course we have a vestry door looking west, big tall window, and that again is 1887. It's a small building, and it's notable that it's the parish church for Craven Arms, which seems to suggest Craven Arms had a lot of people going off to the Methodists and any other dissenters there might have been. And so back to the font. So a very simple building, very small building, 12th century originally. Like a lot of these church is up in the hills, very, very plain. Now here's the great evidence that it's 12th century, and that's this doorway, because that is a Norman doorway. Very decidedly, definitely 12th century. Excuse those various outdoor noises coming from, because there's Craven Arms just over there. So let's have a proper look at the outside now. Well, here we are outside Craven Arms. I don't normally have a soundtrack, but we've got a soundtrack courtesy of someone local. So this is St Thomas's, and you can see they've gone from a single bell cot to a double bell cot, and this great big chancel, and the exterior now is exposed stonework and not rendered. So we'll have a look around the outside, and it's just a quick video, this one, because it's such a little church, but it's a lovely little church. It'd be a shame just to go past it and ignore it. So we're going to start off here at the southeast corner, and we'll go around the back. A number of these, and very typical sort of memorials you'll find in almost any churchyard. And there are fashions in memorials, fashions in gravestones. Nice wooden porch, again 19th century. Notice board up here. It's unusual to find a notice board here, but it's saying a little bit about these things. And here you've got some elder memorials here on the north side. And you can see there the older stonework, and then the join there. So it's just been expanded a bit, and sort of thing you need really when you are serving Craven Arms, which was at the time a growing town, and this was a church built really for a little country village. So there we have it. It's quite constricted. You can't go round the west end because that's somebody's grounds. You only go back round the east end. And so there we have it, St Thomas's, Halford, a tiny little church. Just a short video, but as I say, I'd be ashamed to miss it. It's a lovely building, a lovely setting up here in the hills. Well, thank you for watching, and may God bless you and keep you until next time.